Okay, I think everybody is able to look on the screen, and there is one example in front of we all. If it is not visible or if it is not possible to be seen by you, you can tell me so that we can make the necessary changes. Okay, we'll proceed further. In last lecture also, we had seen what is the intention of mathematics in our subjects. I will not invest much of the time for this. Directly, I would like to start with the lecture. So here in front of us, one example is there in which we are trying to understand the property or the behavior of electromagnetic waves. Okay, so here we can see that there is a wave which is having frequency, a uniform plane wave with 9375 megahertz. Now, what is this megahertz? It is, I think, not required to tell all the sincere student of the class, because all of we people are knowing that megahertz is nothing but the frequency of electromagnetic wave, and the wave is propagating in the medium having epsilon r, having value 2.56, and if the amplitude of the electric field intensity is 20 volt per meter. Remember that amplitude of electric field intensity is always measured in volts per meter, and amplitude of magnetic field intensity will be measured in the ampere per meter unit. They have provided three quantities here. First is F value 9375 megahertz. Second value epsilon R as 2.56. It is nothing but the permittivity of medium. And third quantity is the magnitude of E bar. So considering these three values, 6 quantities are asked for calculation. So first of all, before completing this example, we have to understand what are the notations that we have to use. Okay, so first is nothing but we have to calculate the phase constant. By the previous lecture review, we have to remember what do we mean by the constant or the variable used for phase constant. We have to remember that we had denoted it by the value or the variable as beta. Everybody is knowing that wavelength is termed as lambda. Velocity of the propagation, we know it is denoted by small v. In the same way, intrinsic impedance we know as the value eta. The propagation constant is gamma, and amplitude of magnetic field will be h. So here is the summary. F is equal to 9375 into 10 raised to 6 hertz. Mega is converted into 10 raised to 6 value. In a very similar way, epsilon r is equal to 2.56, E is equal to 20 volt per meter, and we are required to calculate beta, that is phase constant, lambda, that is wavelength, v, the velocity of propagation, eta, intrinsic impedance, gamma, propagation constant, and the amplitude of magnetic field. Okay, if we are knowing these quantities, what intention, once again I would like to repeat why we are trying to understand these example. Intention is that we have to get a perfect view of electromagnetic wave in our mind, so that we can analyze electromagnetic waves, we can understand electromagnetic waves, and we can apply our logic for understanding the concept where electromagnetic waves are used. Okay, for here we can observe that the wave is having a frequency of 9375 into 10 raised to 6 hertz frequency. If suppose we are having an LED which is given with AC or alternating current, we can observe that LED can be observed to be blinking. That 50 hertz frequency can be observed by we people. That is 50 hertz only. Here it is 9375 into 10 raised to 6, a very high frequency that can be observed here for the electromagnetic wave. Also we can see here that epsilon r is equal to 2.56, and in case of air we know that epsilon r value is equal to 1. Here its value is 2.56. So let us start. If suppose beta is directly required to be calculated, we are not able to calculate because we'll be needing other few components. We'll start with velocity. So how we have calculated to reduce with the calculation? I think everybody is having calculators, and they are very fluent to use these calculators, but we'll try to simplify our work here. So to calculate the velocity, we know V is equal to 1 upon under root mu epsilon. We also know mu is equal to mu 0 mu r, and epsilon is equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r. Therefore, mu 0 is equal to 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. One more point that we have to listen here is that if suppose mu r is not given, definitely it can be considered to be equivalent to value 1. Epsilon 0 value is 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12 multiplied by epsilon r value is given as 2.56. I will substitute the values, and I will not directly use the calculator to solve this critical calculation part. What I will do, I will consider this part of 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 into 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12 along with the root sign can be considered to be equivalent to 3 into 10 raised to 8 value. Because for air, the velocity of electromagnetic wave is observed to be a value 3 into 10 raised to 8. What will be in the denominator and in the root sign? It will be only 2.56. If I am knowing that 256 is the square of 16, 2.56 will be square of 1.6. Taking out of the square root, please note that I have not used any calculator till this step, and I am going to use calculator only for finding the value 3 upon 1.6. Whatever is the value we can interpret, and we can observe the velocity of this electromagnetic wave is 1.875 into 10 raised to 8 volt. Sorry, it is by mistake. It is not V by M. Who will tell me? Let us have a connectivity check. Let us consider that intentionally unit of velocity is given wrong. Who will tell me? Ashwini, काय असेल unit तिथं? Is it there Ashwini present in the class? Ashwini Bamne? बरं लक्ष्मी हिप्परगी सांगा बरं.
येस सर. हॅलो.
काय युनिट असायला पाहिजे होतं इथं? कर्सर दिसतोय का बघा तुम्हाला?
येस सर.
हा, काय असायला पाहिजे इथं? व्हॉट इज द युनिट ऑफ व्हेलॉसिटी? व्हेलॉसिटी. सपोज तुम्ही टू व्हीलर गाडी चालवत आहात, तुमच्या गाडीवर जे स्पीडोमीटर आहे त्याच्यावर पॉइंटर दाखवत आहे आकडा 40, पण त्याच्या शेजारी आणखीन काय असणार आहे युनिट?
किलोमीटर मध्ये. हॅलो.
हा बोला की.
हॅलो.
हा बोला. हॅलो. Yes, you can tell us.
हॅलो.
Yes, हा.
मीटर पर सेकंड असते सर.
व्हेरी गुड. आणि बाय मिस्टेक काय झालं ते व्होल्ट्स पर मीटर. अश्विनी आहे का ही? का लक्ष्मी आहे?
हा सर, आता ऐकल. Ashwini है sir.
Ashwini ka. Okay, Ashwini, right. Azim Sheikh also have given the answer. Very good, Azim. It is meter per second that we have to remember. The velocity can be measured in the unit of in the units of meter per second. Okay. So one more question. Now let us have one more question, because we are not required to solve a huge number of examples. We have to understand the behavior of electromagnetic wave. Okay. Now in front of you the answer is there. Now you have to tell me. Initially, the velocity of electromagnetic wave is 3 into 10 raised to 8. Now, it is 1.875 into 10 raised to 8. Why velocity of electromagnetic wave is reduced? Anybody can tell me? I will repeat the question in Marathi. Electromagnetic wave's general speed आहे 3 into 10 raised to 8. इथं आपल्या कॅल्क्युलेशन मध्ये आलेलं आहे 1.875 इंटू 10 raised to 8. 3 पेक्षा 1.875 ही व्हॅल्यू लहान आहे. मग माझा क्वेश्चन असा आहे की कशामुळं व्हेलॉसिटीची व्हॅल्यू कमी झाली? वाय व्हेलॉसिटी इज रिड्युस्ड? विल टेल मी? कोणीही सांगा. Because that is the phase of learning. We are not required to use calculator. We are not required to look at the heavy or critical values of these constants. We are not required to remember epsilon, delta, eta, epsilon, gamma, beta, lambda, etc. Just only we have to remember the concept of electromagnetic waves. Tell me, who will tell me? कोण सांगेल बघा? कोणीही सांगा. You can unmute your mic and you can tell us. I think Sarita can tell us. Sarita, can you tell us?
Yes, sir.
सांगता येईल का तुम्हाला? का बरं इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्हची व्हेलॉसिटी कमी झाली बरं? सांगा. नाही जमणार का? ओके, दुसरे कोणी सांगा. एनीबडी? वैशालीला विचारू आपण. वैशाली हुशार स्टुडंट आहे. वैशाली सांगा पाहू. व्हाय व्हेलॉसिटी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्ह इज रिड्युस्ड?
येत नाही सर.
येत नाही? अच्छा, मग कोण सांगेल बरं आता? कोणच नाही का क्लासमध्ये हुशार? कोण सांगू शकेल? कोण सांगू शकेल? बघा बरं कोणी. एनीबडी? सिंपल रिझन, जस्ट अप्लाय युअर लॉजिक. वैष्णवीला विचारू. वैष्णवी, काय आयडिया? का बरं कमी झाली वैष्णवी इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्हची व्हेलॉसिटी? आधी तर होती 3 × 10⁸, सिमिलर टू द व्हेलॉसिटी ऑफ लाइट, बट नाउ इट इज 1.875 × 10⁸. वैष्णवी, आर यू हियर?
Yes, sir.
हा, सांगता येईल का बघा? Okay, don't take tension. I think you are taking tension. We have to enjoy the lecture. Though it is online or by offline method, we have to learn, or we have to listen, or we have to think on the concept. That's why I was asking. I think all the students are present. Just consider the simple example. If suppose one of the student is running in a open ground, what will happen? He can run in a very fast velocity or speed. Definitely, if suppose the same student is allowed to run in a market, what will happen? He will not be able to run at that much velocity. That is what is happening. Medium is going to change. What is the indication of this medium? Instead of epsilon r equal to 1 for air, here it is epsilon r value 2.56, which is more than 1, and that quantity is in the denominator. I think everybody can observe here. I am indicating it with the cursor. Velocity value is having mu as well as epsilon in the denominator side. If mu or epsilon value is decreasing, velocity will be increasing. If suppose mu and epsilon value are less, velocity will be high. A very simple strategy. Okay, I had given the example of ground as well as the example of market that we can consider. Okay, therefore velocity of electromagnetic wave is observed to be decreased here. Let us proceed further. Here we can observe that lambda is equal to V by F. V by V. What is V? V just calculated. It is equal to 1.875 into 10⁸ divided by what is F? F is given to be equal to 9375 into 10⁶. If we'll apply with the proper calculation, we'll be getting it with the value 0.02 meter. It is equal to 2 centimeter. Now, what is this? Lambda is equal to 2 centimeter. We have to assume that it is a value 2 centimeter, means its wavelength is 2 centimeter, means after 2 centimeter the wave is repeating continuously. Okay, means we can consider the wavelength of the wave. Okay, after 2 centimeter, just we can consider that 2 centimeter is nothing but distance which is less than 1 inch. Am I right? Therefore, small distance can be considered to be wavelength, and this wave is being propagated in air. Then what will be the amplitude? Amplitude is given to us. What is the amplitude? We can see here. Amplitude of electric component is 20 volt per meter. Amplitude of E bar is 20 volt per meter, and it is having a wavelength of 2 centimeter. You can, I think now you can imagine the wave. In the same way, we have been given with the phase constant. Phase constant is nothing but beta is equal to 2 pi by lambda. Substituting the value of lambda in meter, we'll be getting value of beta is equal to 314 radians per meter. There is a constant phase change of the electromagnetic wave is having value 314 radian per meter. Okay, that we have to consider as a phase constant. Okay, phase constant is nothing but every component or every point on the electromagnetic wave is possessing a specific phase with them, and whenever it is changing its phase, we have to remember it as the phase constant. Okay, how much phase change is there every time, that we can remember. Next is the value of eta. What is eta? Eta is equal to under root mu upon epsilon. Again, to simplify the calculation, I will not solve with these parameters. Which parameter? 4 into 10 raised to minus 7 divided by 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12. I will not solve it. I will take the whole part as 377 as per the previous lecture calculation in the numerator, and take this 2.56 out of the root as 1.6. If I will divide it, I will be getting value 235.6 as value of intrinsic impedance. Now, for a lossless medium, if suppose medium is lossless medium as per the given data, we have to note that if the medium is lossless, attenuation constant is alpha is equal to 0. Then we know propagation constant gamma is equal to alpha plus j beta. Value of alpha is 0 due to lossless medium, and value of beta that we have calculated is 314. Therefore, propagation constant for this specific electromagnetic wave is 314 J. J is indicating the complex part, or the wave is not consisting of any real part, it is just consisting of the imaginary part, that can be considered as 314 J. It is very simple. We can observe here that H is equal to E bar or E upon eta, because eta was equal to H upon eta is equal to mod E bar upon mod H bar, that is magnitude of electric component divided by magnitude of magnetic component. Considering the same equation, eta is equal to E upon H. H will be equal to E upon eta. Substituting the value, we can observe that value of H is 84.89 milliampere per meter. That is, I think, a sincere and logical thinking and a student with good imagination power can have a look or a three-dimensional look of the electromagnetic wave in front of him or her. How this electromagnetic will be there on a horizontal axis in front of you. You can imagine it is having an amplitude of 20 volt per meter. Vertically, it is having a wavelength of 2 centimeter. That is a wave which is repeating itself after 2 centimeter continuously, can be imagined similar to a sinusoidal wave. And its horizontal or the H component is having magnitude 84.89 milliampere per meter. That is, if milli is added in the number value, what will be there? It will be 0.08489, approximately 0.0849. it can be considered to be a value less than 1. Therefore, for this electromagnetic wave, we can consider the amplitude of electromagnetic wave is observed to be very higher compared to the amplitude of a magnetic component. That is, vertical component is very high, 20 volt per meter, and horizontal component is very small, but both of them are traveling or propagating in phase. That is, wherever electric component will be highest value, magnetic component also will be the highest value. Wherever electric component is in the highest negative value, magnetic component also will be the highest negative value. But both of them are traveling in synchronism. That is nothing but the consideration of electromagnetic wave. I think at the time of previous lecture, we also had seen with the help of animation. Also, you can type in YouTube or in the Google animated electromagnetic wave. N number of videos can be observed to understand the concept of electromagnetic wave. Okay, so only one example I would like to consider here in this lecture, and apart from that, one example can be considered to be homework, wet and marshy soil. What is this marshy? Who will tell me? If you have dictionary, you can type it, check it. What is marshy? Anybody? Anyone can tell me, or type in Google what is marshy. कोण सांगेल मार्शी म्हणजे काय पहा बरं. आता हा काय अवघड प्रश्न नाहीये. रोहिणी सांगेल. रोहिणी सांगा बरं. गुगल मध्ये टाइप करा मार्शी मीन्स MARSHY. ही स्क्रीन मिनिमाइज करा. मार्शीला टाइप मार्शी असं टाइप करा आणि त्याचं मिनिंग सांगा बरं. कनेक्टिव्हिटी चेक. Be fast. What do you mean by marshy soil? किंवा कोणीही सांगा. आदिती सांग. अजीम सांग. बॉयजची अटेंडन्स कमी आहे बघा. बॉयज बरेच कमी आहेत. हु इज दिस ओम? ओम कोण आहे? ओम ओम नावाने लॉग इन केलेले कोण आहे? येस.
दलदलीत म्हणजे कीचड.
कीचड. ओके, म्हणजे इट इज अ वेट टाइप ऑफ सॉइल. ओके, गुड. हु इज दिस ओम? ओम कोण आहे? ओम who is this Om in the class? Okay, no problem. Whatever is there. Where we were? We are trying to understand the. Just a minute. I will show with the screen once again. Yes. This example is required to be completed by you people. Just you can have a snapshot of this example. Here they have been given with the value of sigma 10⁻², epsilon r is equal to 15, mu r is equal to 1, a frequency of 60 hertz. Check whether it is a good or bad conductor. How we can check? In the last lecture also we had been given with the criteria of good conductor or bad conductor, and also at the time of last lecture, as due to network disconnection, I had been removed by internet connectivity problem at my side. That's why I had shared the word file also. In that word file, I think you can check how we can check with the medium to be a good conductor or a bad conductor. So this type of marshy and wet soil is there, and we have to check the behavior of electromagnetic waves in this particular type of soil. Okay, so that's why we have been given with the value of sigma, we have been given with the value of epsilon r, mu r is there, frequency is given 60 hertz, f value is given, and what we have to do, we have to check at the first whether it is a good or a bad conductor. Then what we are required to calculate, we are required to calculate with the value of intrinsic impedance. It is denoted by eta, that is present here. Along with that, we have to calculate with the skin depth. What is skin depth? Though it is appearing to be new term, we had seen in the last lecture, it is nothing but the depth of penetration of electromagnetic wave. Okay, this delta is denoted over there. I have also given the formulae in the reverse order. If you will turn your mobile phone, you can read these values, where delta is equal to under root 2 divided by omega mu sigma. This value can be substituted, and depending on these values, you have to check, or you have to tell us whether the soil is to be treated as a good conductor or as a bad conductor. Also, you have to calculate the value of eta, you have to calculate the value of delta, you have to calculate the value of gamma. Now, one more question is that if you will turn or you will rotate your mobile, you can observe that initially in the first example here, I had used the formula of eta as a different value, and here I am noted or denoted the formula of eta in a different term. What is there? It is, I think, though it is in the reverse order, I think everybody can read it. Eta is equal to under root j omega mu divided by sigma plus j omega epsilon. From where this formula came into existence? Yes, it is similar to the previous formula. Only difference is that here they have given the value of sigma. Initially, we were considering sigma as equivalent to 0. Instead of that 0, they have provided the value of sigma as 10 raised to minus 2. That value is required to be substituted, and answer is to be calculated. After solving, you have to check whether answer is correct or incorrect. Also, you have to calculate the value of good conductor or bad conductor. After that, you have to calculate with the propagation constant gamma. We have to consider alpha is equal to beta if it is a good conductor, and you have to calculate the value of gamma. Hope that every student will be able to calculate with the answer, and everyone have to post it in the group, because few students are solving and they are sending it on the personal basis. But don't take attention, the group is intended for only of your understanding. That's why we have to understand the concept effectively, and you have to practice in a well manner. Now let us invest the next 10 minutes for the further study or further understanding of the concept. So here I think you can observe the concept of a reflection of electromagnetic waves. As all of the people are knowing, as per the name indicates a reflection of electromagnetic wave. Whenever a wave is incident on any surface, whether it is a conducting surface or whether it is a dielectric medium or whatever it is there, a reflection of electromagnetic wave is a very prime concern to be considered. Because if suppose we are working in any mobile service provider company, like suppose Vodafone is there, Idea is there, over there we have to consider the position of any tower. If suppose we have to establish any tower, what we can do, generally height of the tower is kept at a very higher value. Why it is so? Because reflections from nearby buildings can be minimized, and the range of electromagnetic wave will be maximum. For that purpose, generally towers are kept with a higher height or at the higher level. But we have to consider the reflection concept very efficiently. If suppose same person is listening to the reflection of the same electromagnetic wave, he will be having complete mess with the information received, because the information present will be mixing with the information received due to reflection. So I just we had seen dielectric materials are nothing but the insulators that we have to consider. Whenever a wave is incident on any surface, according to our previous study, we have to remember that any electromagnetic wave will be behaving with three aspects. What will happen? First aspect will be that electromagnetic wave will reflect from the surface, that is, it will be coming out of the surface as in the diagram in front of you. It may transmit through the surface, that is, it is going inside of the surface, or also it may get refracted. It will be coming out of the surface from another side. So here we have to consider the reflection only as the prime concern. Now, as per the tree or the hierarchy is indicating, that reflections can again be divided into two sections. One is dielectric reflection. Another can be considered to be dielectric conductor type of reflection. Okay, over here we can observe that in case of dielectric type of reflection, there we can observe both the phenomena. It will be consisting of reflection as well as a refraction. But in case of dielectric conductor medium, it will be consisting of only reflection, because whenever electromagnetic wave will reach on a conductor, there are no or minimum chances that wave is getting refracted. Again, whether it is a dielectric type of reflection or dielectric conductor type of reflection, we can see here that electromagnetic wave may behave with incident wave and reflected wave perpendicular to each other, which can be considered to be normal incidence. And if suppose it is not or the obtuse angle, we can consider it to be oblique type of incidence, as the name is indicating. Okay, so I think this concept of reflection can be known to we all. And one more heading that we have to complete here is nothing but the polarization of electromagnetic wave. If suppose you are traveling in the Hutatma Express or Intercity, at the time, as I think everybody have seen this type of situation, that whenever we are present in the train and the train internally is connected to all the internal compartments, then we can observe by sitting at a particular location that train is internally observed to be vibrating internally in a particular plane. Generally that plane is a horizontal plane. That can be considered to be a similar concept of polarization of waves. What do you mean by polarization wave? Polarization of wave, it is the time varying behavior of electric field strength over or at some fixed point in the space. If suppose we are holding one specific point in space, with reference to that point, how electromagnetic wave is going to change its performance or behavior, that can be considered to be polarization of wave. A humor can be added to understand this concept, that if suppose all the students are required to move from one point A to point B, then everybody is knowing that the style of movement of we all is somewhat different to the other. That can also be considered to be the concept of polarization. Few peoples are traveling faster, few peoples are traveling slower, few peoples are changing their head continuously at the time of traveling or at the time of walking. And similar concept can be observed, that can be considered as the polarization of wave. What it is polarization? Polarization is nothing but the time varying behavior of electric field strength vector at some fixed point in the space. Now we have to understand that if it is inclined as shown in the third diagram in front of us, if it is inclined, it can be resolved in two components. One is E1 bar, another is E2 bar. If electromagnetic wave is having its vibration, or it is showing the performance or the time varying behavior only in the vertical direction or in the horizontal direction or only in the inclined direction, it can be considered to be linear type of polarization, because it is just completing a simple line. In the same way, if suppose the same electric component is consisting of a polarization which is having its electric field resolved into two components, E1 bar and E2 bar of the same amplitude, that is E1 bar is equal to E2 bar everywhere. It will be describing a perfect circular shape that can be considered to be circular type of polarization. But one more type of polarization that we have to keep in our mind, that if suppose one electric component is of higher amplitude than that of the second one, we have to remember that type of polarization, like the elliptical type of polarization. This page can be kept in our mind as one of the theoretical question, probably in the question paper. What we have to remember is we have to consider this concept as one of the question in the question paper, probably where we are required to answer the short note on reflections of electromagnetic wave and the polarization of electromagnetic wave. It is nothing but the general concept or the behavior of electromagnetic wave that we have to understand is nothing but a reflection of electromagnetic wave will be dependent on the medium. It can be classified into two sections as the normal incidence and the oblique incidence. In a very similar way, polarization of wave can be considered to be nothing but the time varying behavior of electromagnetic wave in free space or in medium at consideration of a fixed point in the space. Polarization can be further divided into three sections. One can be considered to be linear polarization, second can be considered to be circular polarization, and third type can be considered to be elliptical type of polarization. Keeping all this in mind, remembering the first example solved and the work for today, example number 2, and the concepts of reflection and polarization of electromagnetic waves, I think it is a time to stop here. Hope that the concept that we had seen in our today's lecture are clear to everybody, and definitely these concepts will be conceptually clear as well as practically understood by we all if you are solving the example once again. Hope that every student in the class as well as the students who are not present in the class will solve the homework example and will post in the group. Okay, considering the same, I think we can stop here and we'll continue in the next lecture. Okay, do not get removed, just wait for a minute so that I can report your attendance, then we can stop.